Welcome back to Raiders franchise. We're 5-2, and we have maybe our toughest game of the season so far. That's playing the 87 overall Kansas City Chiefs. They are 4-2. This is a really important game for the division because we have the Chargers at 5-1. We lost to them in week 1. And then KC, if they win this game, they would, of course, be tied with us with the tiebreaker. So they would be ahead of us. We'd probably drop to 3 in the division. However, we do have a text message from the DC, and we do have our scouting national focus here. It's week 8. It's the midseason mark. We could potentially be making a trade right now. That's a possibility. See what happens, but we need to shift our focus to the Chiefs. Apparently, their running back will have success against our D-line, which I feel like is the strength of our team, which is kind of tough. Our D-line in general. Isaiah Pacheco is a pretty good player, though, so okay. I don't know in regards to the Chiefs that our biggest worry is Isaiah Pacheco. He's good, but they have the best quarterback in the league. I don't know how we're going to stop Patrick Mahomes. Simply no idea. But Isaiah Pacheco could cause problems for our D-line. What's the plan to deal with that? Yeah, let's just get killed by Patrick Mahomes instead. Well, I mean, minus tackle I don't ever really like, but you know what? Our defensive ends need to be able to shed blocks better. I think the interior is going to be just fine with Christian Wilkins. We need Max Crosby to play up. We've got a number of big injuries on the D-line. -5 to block shed or to tackle, and then +5 to block shed is an interesting boost. -5 to tackle really scares me. And I'm going to tell you that I don't think those two things should be linked at all. Ab tear for Tyree Wilson. But you'd think, okay, think about what a defensive lineman does, right? Let's say an edge rusher, right? Their first real job is to set the edge on rundowns, right? They have to determine whether or not it's a pass before they commit to actually rushing the passer. If you're trying to rush the passer and it's a run play, you're going to get washed away. You're not going to be able to defend the run that way. How does that affect your tackling ability? I have no idea. I really don't know how tackling is in with that. I feel like it should be like +5 to block shed, -5 to power move or finesse move or whatever. The tackling doesn't really make any sense to me. But it is what it is. The NFL season is back in full swing, and so are we with Underdog. Last week's free pick with Travis Kelce hit. This week we have CeeDee Lamb. Free pick. If he gets even 1 yard, you're a winner. And for a limited time, new customers deposit and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Use code BENGAL. Link is down in the description. And you can also get the 30% Thursday profit boost token. It's Wednesday, so use it tomorrow. Use code BENGAL. That link is down in the description on Underdog. I had a huge week last week. Made 1 entry for the Texas game. Matthew Golden, Jaden Blue, Donovan Edwards all hit for me. And that was, I put $50. I was feeling so good about it. And it won $546. This week, using the free pick with CeeDee Lamb, I'm trying out, of course, higher 0.5 yards. But Jalen Waddle higher 23.5 for his longest reception. Jamison Williams higher 45.5 receiving yards. Justin Herbert higher 217.5 passing yards. And Malik Neighbors higher 62.5 receiving yards. That might be a homer pick. The Giants look ugly, but Neighbors is really, really good. And then for my college football guys, 5 to win 30. I'm going Montrell Johnson, higher 65.5 rushing yards. Luther Burden to score a touchdown. And Jackson Dart to pretty much rush for a touchdown. Use code BENGAL on Underdog. Take advantage of their bonus when you join and use code BENGAL. And all of their daily specials. This week we got CeeDee Lamb, free pick to get a yard or more. Our offense has been quite good. And our defense could be better. But the Chiefs' defense is allowing almost 30 points a game. Feels just out of control, but all right. And then scouting national focus. This is pretty big for us. The strengths of the class, corner, quarterback, and wide receiver. We know that QB is going to be a position we target. And right now, based on how well we're doing, it seems like trading up is going to be our best option. A lot of QBs at the top of the draft. So many. We haven't really talked about it too much, but of the top 6 players, 5 of them are quarterbacks, and 1 of them is only 20 years old. Colby Coleman from West Virginia. He's not accurate down the field really at all, but A medium, A short, A throw under pressure, with elite to great arm strength. The deep accuracy does actually scare me quite a bit, but he's only 20 years old from West Virginia. We also have the #1 QB in the class being from West Virginia. It's Quentin Holmes. They're both West Virginia guys, I guess. Holmes is 3 years older and is maybe not quite the same athlete, but could be better technically. Deep accuracy is definitely better. Medium and short accuracy could just be the same. A throw under pressure. I would say that overall, none of these quarterbacks are really jumping off the page. Is this another West Virginia quarterback? 3 of the top... What? 3 of the top 6 players in the draft are from West Virginia, and they all are quarterbacks. Okay. Here's Taylor Bolin. He's 21. B deep accuracy, A medium, A short. He's not a crazy athlete. He looks kind of in the middle between the other 2 West Virginia quarterbacks. I'm not like blown away with what I'm seeing. Here's a USC quarterback because those work out so well usually. Not that that matters. We have no idea if he's accurate deep at all or if his throw under pressure is good. How do we not have any idea? Oh, this is going to be a bad class at drafted QB. It's going to be bad. What about the Wisconsin QB? Don't know anything about him. He's a scrambler type with good to solid speed. Good to solid throw power. I do not like the QBs really at all. Wide receivers really don't look all that good either. Does this draft class have anyone that's actually good at football in it? I'm sure it does, but I haven't really found any. A 6'3" slot archetype is very interesting. Big slot, 6'3", 217. Be catching traffic. Not the best athlete. And we just really haven't seen many freak athletes. They're just okay. I would say with the main strength of the class being corner and the expertise of our scout being corner and receiver, I think corner probably makes the most sense. It's going to be a position that we heavily consider drafting. There are only a couple of guys here that are projected to go for sure in the first round. Solid to decent speed. It's just not doing it for me, especially at only 5'10". What about Oscar Simpson from Oregon? 5'11", 21 years old. B-man, B-press. He's a man archetype, though. Great to good speed, I guess, is good. It's not amazing, because if it's good, it's just like, you know, low 90s. But I think corner is going to be what we look at. Probably. I'm really not thrilled with anyone that we're seeing. I'd like to see one guy with, like, great to elite for really anything. I guess change the direction and acceleration's fine. Darius Meadows, B-press. Don't know if he's good in man at all or zone. We're gonna look at corner. And then I do obviously want to know more about the QBs. We're gonna find that out at a later date. We'll just make quarterback, and it's currently our area scout, Shelly Cannon for the Northeast, is checking that out. So we are gonna find out about QB, but we'll, week 13 or in the offseason, make quarterbacks our focus players, and we'll find out more information. Brock Bowers, nice season so far. 42 catches over 500 yards receiving. 42 catches is good. We're aiming for, what, 70 with him, we promised? So we are well on pace to get that. I think 70 is what we're aiming for. Devontae Adams has been a little bit more involved in recent weeks, right? So I like Devontae Adams, but I just kind of gravitate more towards throwing to the tight end. Easier throws for Gardner Minshew to make. Also, the last episode I recorded, we were not using revamped passing. It wasn't in the game yet. It is now in the game. So I'm going to be trying out revamped passing because that is what I prefer from College Football 25. Go watch Trenton State. If you're not watching that series on the channel, it's been a ton of fun so far. I like the game more. It's actually very fun, as this game's perfect. That's a great example of it right there. All right, here we are. Can we slow down the Kansas City Chiefs offense? So many talented players on this offense, including the rookie out of Texas, Xavier Worthy, Hookem. And it's going to be a lot of that today, probably. Now, we know Mahomes can air it out down the field, but the Chiefs haven't exactly been known for their explosive downfield passing lately. I feel like teams are so afraid of it. They play so hard to take it away, and they just get destroyed underneath. And that could be a lot of what happens in this game, as we're having a tough time covering the tight ends here early. First Noah Gray and then Travis Kelce, just shy of 100 yards receiving last week. We'll try to hold him well under that, but tight ends have been a problem for us at times this year. Our defense really doesn't do much in the way of getting stops. Like, we've had some lucky red zone turnovers that we forced, but it's mostly just we get annihilated down the field. Big hit, Divine Diablo, and all of our players also get injured. So you can see the injury report. Colton Miller's a big loss. Divine Diablo, thankfully healthy for us, but we're getting killed. Tyree Wilson is injured. We have pretty much every game we play, Malcolm Kuntz gets injured, and we were just torched over the top. Touchdown for the rookie out of Texas we just mentioned, Xavier Worthy. I actually left Travis Kelce open over the middle, but he wasn't even the recipient. Mahomes just kind of steps up, throws over Kelce, and Worthy's just way too fast. Jack Jones got cooked. Marcus Epps did not help over the top the way he probably should have. And if you do not respect the speed of Xavier Worthy, that type of play can happen, and the Chiefs are on the board first. That was way too easy. I was getting into the game. I was trying to set the scene. I was struggling to talk because that always happens at the start of a recording session. I'm not in the zone yet. And then my gameplay is never in the zone, and Worthy makes us pay pretty quickly. Here comes the franchise. Here he is. Gardner Minshew, the world beater, putting up unbelievable numbers. We are without starting left tackle Colton Miller for a couple of weeks. Alexander Madison's had a couple of big games recently. 4 touchdowns on the ground, and it looks like our run game is going to be great. Never mind, we fumbled. Why do I even say anything? They got to the end zone quickly. How are they already here? Okay. Yeah, big hit. Justin Reed jarred the football loose. Madison put it on the ground, and our fumbling problems continue. I think all of our running backs have fumbled the ball this season. That's Dylan Laube. That's Amir Abdullah. That's Alexander Madison. And that is, of course, Samir White. We have no one that knows anything about ball security. And there goes Pacheco. Where are my defensive ends block shedding? Where was that? It's wide open. Rashee Rice. As Mahomes already near 100 yards passing today. It's just the start of the first quarter. Rashee Rice with a nice gain over the middle. And I'm not even sure where to look. I'm worried about the run game. I'm worried about Kelce. I'm worried about Rice. I'm worried about Worthy. And that's the problem with this Chiefs team, is there are way too many guys to worry about. Way too many right now. And I know that it was actually a problem for them in real life last year. There weren't that many guys to worry about somehow. But, you know, of course, Travis Kelce's a problem. You bring in Hollywood Brown, who finds the end zone. Although he's been hurt to start this year. I think they just placed him on IR. He needs some type of surgery. And they didn't know that he needed it until right now. Today, pretty much. Or yesterday. Hollywood Brown, touchdown. Trayvon Merrick hit him, but Hollywood Brown really just shook it off and found the end zone. We can't really go man coverage against the Chiefs, but zone isn't working either. This is just a bad stylistic matchup for us, is the nicest way to say it. All right, well, we're not going to hand the ball off to Madison for a minute. We might throw it to him, though, on the sideline. There's Madison, who gets 0. Did he drop that, or did we only get no yards? The clock has stopped. He must have dropped it or caught it out of bounds. I felt like there was time enough for him to make that catch. The ball floated. I mean, that looks like a catch to me, and that would be more than a yard. Is it worth a challenge at this point in the game? I think we're going to win it. We're going to throw the challenge flag and see what we can do. I feel like he had possession. Didn't look like he dropped it. Looked like he had his feet in. That's 1. That's 2 with the drag. Ball doesn't move. It's not bobbled. And we do win the challenge. And you know what? It's 2 yards. But those 2 yards can be important, right? So, nice catch from Madison. We might work off play action again. I could see some type of deep shot working. Or Adams on the crosser if that's not there. And let's go to Devontae Adams. Ball's floating, but he makes the catch, breaks a tackle, and then is wrestled down. Kind of a risky throw. Minshew doesn't really have a great arm, but we do find Davante Adams, and that is a really nice gain. I'm going to have to get used to revamp passing on Madden. Just have to remember that I have that now. 20 rushes for 158 and 4 touchdowns last week for Madison. He opens up the next game with a fumble. 2nd and 9. Jacoby Myers, can we find him? We can. He's going to bring up 3rd and 4, which I think is very okay to play for. Because we could run the ball here and play for 4th and short. It's kind of a long field goal. I'd like to move the chains here ideally on 3rd down. It's not the end of the world if we don't, but we'd have to make a decision about whether or not to go for it. We're going to get on the move with Minshew. I see RB. It's an option. Great block from Myers. We're going to slide with Gardner Minshew. Vanilla Vic off to the races. Nice scramble for Minshew. I just didn't know that he would have the arm to make the throw. It's easy in theory to say that's open, and then you try to actually hit it, and you're not able to. So I would say we have to be careful. We have Gardner Minshew at quarterback. This is not playing Ultimate Team or playing with Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert or Josh Allen. We have Gardner Minshew. He's not capable of making every throw just because a player's open. 2nd and 5. We're going to throw to Michael Mayer. Not really a ton of separation there. It was play action against the blitz, and I saw the blitz coming, and I didn't make any type of adjustment. That was a mistake. We end up doing well enough. Here's 3rd and 4, another 3rd down. The drive's going pretty well so far, and we're going to try to get it to Davante Adams. It's knocked down at the line. Tried to get rid of it quickly. That looks like that was Nick Bolton maybe on the blitz. Yeah, they sent 6, and we got the ball out quickly, but not quickly enough. It's not even that it was batted down at the line. I mean, it ends up hitting the helmet of the defensive lineman. But Bolton on the pressure, forced an errant throw. Otherwise, Davante Adams might be open for a touchdown with an elite throw, which is tough to gamble on. We had Brian Cook in coverage, maybe was capable of forcing a takeaway. But with a good throw, I think it's behind him. And I think Adams with inside leverage here in the DB could be a touchdown. Also could have been a pick. So we'll settle for 3. We'll make it 14-3. That's okay. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. But we'll see what happens. I think it's a long game. A lot of time left. We're not going to freak out early. Okay? We are on the board. A lot of game left. We'll see if we can stop the Chiefs, though. That's going to be a different issue. Yeah, we just can't really take everything away. The route combos are pretty good on the field. They're forcing defenders into conflict in different zone drops, different spot drops, and we're having trouble. Patrick Mahomes is not historically someone you want to blitz at all. I would like to create some pressure if possible, but that's going to be difficult. They have a very good offensive line, especially on the interior. I mean, if you look, they probably have the best combination of guard, center guard in the league. From Joe Tooney, Creed Humphrey, and Trey Smith. That's okay. That's annoying. Somehow not able to make the tackle there with Spillane on Kelsey. And it's another big gain. And there is an injury. It's Jawan Taylor. I would love to see that Max Crosby can take advantage of a better matchup now. He won't be able to. We get no pass rush. We get no pressure at all. Forcing a check down is okay, but it's still 3 yards. It's not that bad. 3rd and 2. Are they going to run the ball here? Let's pinch inside. They're going to pass. Go with Kelsey. Rashee Rice was open, and he finds the end zone. And by open, I mean open for Patrick Mahomes. There's not really a huge window there. We're not able to react at all to the ball being thrown. We're just kind of standing around watching. And when that happens, right? Touchdown. Rashee Rice. And it's going to be a blowout probably today. Madison's open. There we go. Nice juke move. No fumble, thankfully. We're not out of the game yet. Right? It's 21-3, but we have the football. We'll get it back at the half as well, right? So I don't really think there's any reason to panic, except that can't be intentional grounding. There's a receiver in the area. It got beyond the line of scrimmage. That is not what intentional grounding is. You can say we weren't out of the tackle box because I don't think we were, but it doesn't matter because there was a receiver in the area. too high, uncatchable. And why would it, in a throwaway, right? Why, when we throw it away, would it be so far away from the receiver that's in the area? That's frustrating. Also, he might even be out of the tackle box. That's out of the pocket. Very frustrating. Now it counts as a sack. 2nd and 22. Not great. And we're sacked. And the ball's out. And we recover. This is probably just throw it up to Davante Adams territory, although it looked like maybe Jacoby Myers has opened up the seam. We have no arm strength. The ball just absolutely floats, and we'll be forced to punt it. Now it actually might be over. I know it's the second quarter, and I was just saying a bunch of nice things about how it's not over. It might be over. Even our punt team is not great. It's a good tackle from Jacorian Bennett, though. 3rd down. Robert Spillane's going to be in man coverage against Rashee Rice. It didn't work out very well, but look at that jump from the outside. CB1, Nate Hobbs, right in front of Hollywood Brown, forcing the incompletion. Back-to-back incompletions for Patrick Mahomes is something I didn't really think we would see this game. And now we'll get the football back. It might not be over. Remember what I said about it being over? Forget it. We are so back. And Madison's fumbled. Remember what I was saying about us being back? We're not! He's out of it. He's done. He's done. That's going to be bad. That's going to be bad. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be bad. That's a touchdown. Oh, he's just wide open. Yeah. Either way, it was going to be bad there. There was going to be an open receiver. It was either Kelsey or Hollywood Brown. It was going to be a touchdown against the zone. We needed to get pressure. We did not. 28-3. Teams have come back down from that exact score before. Here we go. Zamir White back. I just don't see anything I particularly would like to throw to. Taking off with Minshew. We get 5. Sacked. Yeah. Wanted Davante Adams quickly, and I just didn't like it quickly. So, yeah, things are going badly, I would say. Well, we're getting just annihilated by Kansas City, and this is kind of what should happen sometimes against a team that's just clearly better. We don't have the personnel to match with them. We really don't. KC will lose 3, and I don't know, like, we don't have the guys. Sometimes it's, X's and O's, sometimes it's Jimmy's and Joe's. And I don't think our players are good enough as we crash down, and they had a great route combo to take advantage again. Either way, something was going to be open there, and we gave them more yards than we should have. We should have, I guess, let Travis Kelce catch the ball and try to make a tackle in space. Under a minute to play now. 1st and goal for the Chiefs. I guess sometimes you got to let them check down. Thrown to the end zone. Merrick, not even close. Touchdown again for Rashee Rice. That is upsetting. At this point, I'm becoming a little numb to it. I'm going to be honest with you. We are just not good enough. 16 seconds, 3rd and 8. Going to try to throw it up to Davante Adams. It didn't particularly work. Divine Diablo celebrates a TFL at the end of the first half. We're down 35-3. I'll see you for the 3rd quarter. How's that? This would be a heck of a comeback. Is Justin Reed the kickoff specialist in Kansas City? I know he's done it before. I don't know that he's going to be doing it every time. It's Harrison Butker, surely, right? Okay. You know what, though? Get him tired. Get him tired. Our offense is about to feast. Look at Zamir White go. The running game has been established. 3rd and 4. Just tried to get it quickly to Trey Tucker. I saw Justin Reed creeping up. We're obviously going to go for it here. Because what's the worst that happens? We lose by an extra 7. We're down 35-3. You got to go for it in this spot. 4th and 1. Trying to run it. Zamir White finding a bit of space, and he's got it. Slant open. Davante Adams makes the catch. Adams still going. He carries it down and close to the 30-yard line. Been trying to get him the ball. I really am. Just oftentimes it's not able to happen for one reason or another. I mean, threw that very, very late. Really didn't expect Trent McDuffie to make a play on the ball. I knew I threw it, so late. It's going to be a pick six, and Gardner Minshew's finally thrown a touchdown pass today. You know, usually Brock Bowers is such a big part of our offense, and I really have not been able to get him the ball today. Some of it has been indecisiveness, like should we already be throwing in that spot? That's going to be interception off the tip or off the throw at a sack pick. I don't care. It's going to be 49-3. Okay. I think the kids would call this a crash out. I'm close. 3rd and 10. I mean, Adams won quickly. Can we get it there? No, and I knew we weren't going to be able to either. Just sometimes you do want to throw the streak against press. This is a disaster. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. I wish it was the end of the 4th quarter. Big hit, and the pass is caught. Hollywood Brown looks decapitated on the field, but he seems to be okay otherwise. Nice catch. Of course you're not going to drop the ball in that spot. Throw to the flat. Another nice catch there. Pacheco can't get the first, though. And they're going to go for it up 49-3 in the 4th quarter, okay? And they're probably going to get it, is the worst part. Here's 4th and 2. Over the middle, knocked away by Diablo. The comeback is on. Jimmy intercepted. We were just going to throw to Brock Bowers there no matter what. Oh, no, we're going to lose now, I guess. Oh, shoot. 4th and 2. I've just been trying to force feed Brock Bowers the football because we do have that season-long goal. Devontae Adams is open, though. One of the few catches he's been able to make today. We are severely limited by Gardner Minshew. The game was already over before the pick sixes, so I don't care about those, really. They don't look great on the season-long numbers, that's for sure. But we're severely limited by having a quarterback who's almost incapable of throwing the ball, as Bowers, I think, didn't actually fumble there. He was already down on the ground, forced it out. But yeah, it's been very bad. We throw that. Devontae Adams makes the catch. We've scored a touchdown. Oh my goodness. I forgot what those looked like. We're never wearing these throwbacks again, by the way. This was, oh my goodness. What a game. And that's the ball game. It's a mercy kill. Finally, this game's over. 56-10 is your final. It didn't really go well. Our defense was pretty bad. We had 3 incompletions on Mahomes the whole game, and 2 of them were on the same drive, in the same set of downs. It's a tough matchup, really, for us. We didn't really stop Isaiah Pacheco. They just didn't really give him the ball that often. He averaged over 5 yards per carry. We had multiple fumbles in this one. That was not my favorite. I can't even look at the Chiefs. 5 for 55 for Bowers, 5 for 77 and a touchdown for Devontae Adams. We really struggled to do anything. TFL for Diablo, no sacks, no picks. No anything, really, that was good at all. Yeah, that was a particularly bad one. I don't really know what else you can say. Wasn't our best performance. I think it's fair to say that. 56-10. I'll see you in the next one. I can't wait for more fun against the Bengals. Take it easy.